Hey everybody, it's me. God, I always do that. Sorry. Let's start over. Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is Days of Our Lives. But before we get into Days of Our Lives, so I kind of got to fill you in on my living situation. So this month is the last month that I'm spending with my roommate because as of May 1st, I am moving into a one-bedroom apartment in the same complex. So I will be living alone for the first time in forever. God, I don't remember. Oh, last time I lived alone, I lived in Branson, Missouri. So what's funny is that when I was filling out the rental application, because she wanted to change complexes and I wanted to stay. So when I was filling out my application to stay, which FYI, I more than easily passed. I mean, like, my credit check is good. I have no criminal background. I have no bankruptcies. I have no evictions. I mean, I'm the dream. And I make more than enough to cover the rent. So they were like, wow. So I totally, passed, whatever, and that's fine. So anyway, so that's why when I get my new place, that's when you'll see some changes coming to Sudsy Recap, because I won't have this background anymore. I'll have to have a completely different background, and I will. Okay. So just thought I'd let you know. All right, and here's the best part about that. I don't have to deal with these motherfucking neighbors that are so goddamn loud all the fucking time. I swear to God. They've got these kids that are screaming like they've got their heads cut off. Upstairs, they're doing God knows what in their domestic violence theater. I'm over them both. I can't wait. That's another reason I knew I passed the credit check. I was like, please, do you see the crackheads that they let move in here? Obviously, the standards are not that high, right? Anyways. Okay, so in terms of Days of Our Lives. So Days of Our Lives, these past couple weeks, because last week I did a sort of, Sudsy Recap all about the daytime Emmy. So for the past couple weeks on Days of Our Lives, it's really, really been a showcase for Marci Miller. Like, she is kicking ass as Abigail Devereaux. Well, she started out as Abigail Devereaux, then she became Gabby Hernandez, but then she realized, well, she didn't realize, Stefan pointed out to Gabby Hernandez that Gabby is not an actual person. And then they're all held captive by the gatekeeper, who is Dr. Laura, who is Abigail's real-life grandmother. Here's the thing, though. Although I find this story to be, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, overdone in soaps. I think it's done way too much. Like, they did it on General Hospital. They did it on One Life to Live. I mean, dissociative identity disorder is, it's not something that happens as often as they portray it on soaps, actually. And I'm sorry, but the fucking the candle to hold this to is the standard. The standard to hold this to is actually Vicky Lord and Nikki Smith on One Life to Live. I mean, they were doing that shit in the 80s. Okay, so we've seen it all before. But having said all of that, Marci Miller is killing it. She is killing the game she was Abigail for a couple seconds, and then when she was Abigail, she had the wherewithal to ask Kayla for some help. And then Dr. Laura is the one who is the gatekeeper, and which reminds me of Jean Randolph. Do you remember Jean Randolph on One Life to Live? She was the one who was one of Vicky's alters who kidnapped Dorian. I never forgave Vicky for that, actually. She kidnapped Dorian when Dorian was dating Vicky's grandson, or no, her son Joey, and Joey just thought that Dorian left him, and they broke up and they never got back together again, even after she was discovered. I mean, like, that kind of pissed me off. I really enjoyed Joey and Dorian together, but okay, I'm sorry. That was a total left turn. Sorry. Back to Days of Our Lives. okay, I'm over the Hope and Rafe story. They need to move it along, and I'm certainly over. I, you know, here's the thing. Trip is really cute, and Claire has done a lot better, and they're giving Sierra a little bit better material than before. But when I say a little bit, I mean minuscule. Like, it is barely better. Like, I don't care about this storyline at all. You know what other storyline I don't care about? Brady and Eve. But having said that, I know Teresa's coming back. So when Teresa comes back, I think I might be interested in the Brady and Eve story, because then he'll be torn between two sisters. It'll be really good. That'll be a good story for everyone to play. So I'm waiting for that. Oh my God! And then okay, the gays. Let's talk about the gays. Oh my God, the gays. So, you know, Paul and Will are basically dating, and that's fine, because first of all, I love their ship name, Ho-Rita. I'm sorry, I just love that name. It cracks me up. Ho-Rita. I'm all about Ho-Rita. And Sonny has just now decided that he wants to move on, and he's got to go to someone else. And so he hits on this bartender, which, of course, is it the first time I've ever seen this bartender before? Of course. Have we ever seen him at the Brady Pub ever? No. But apparently he worked there. Anyways, and the guy says, no, I just met someone on this dating app. And so he's like, have you ever tried a dating app? And he's like, no, I'm not brave enough. You could miss me with that bullshit, because that is some bullshit. How are you going to be a gay man in 2018 and have never been on an app ever? I mean, like, that just makes Sonny look even more creepy. Like, because it was a little bit creepy that he was sort of waiting for Will to come out of the closet before he could pounce and make his move. But now it seems kind of like, if you've never been on an app, that seems like that's all you've done. And he dated Paul when Paul was in the closet. I mean, like, Sonny needs to slow his roll, like, in a big way. But I don't know who it's going to be, but I hope that because he's meeting some guy on his date. We'll find out this week, but I hope that it's Greg Rickard. I hope that he comes on as Sonny's new potential love interest. That would be hot. And Greg's gay in real life, so that would be fine. You know, it'd be less of a stretch than playing Kevin Fisher, who was totally creepy on Young and the Restless and kind of scary at first, but whatever. That's Young and the Restless, sorry. Okay. Marlena and John. Although they have kind of been peppering Marlena in and out of the Abigail story. And oh my God, her mother. Oh my God. I have not had that much nice to say about this show, except, I mean, like, the performances have been good. The storylines, I know that Marci Miller is saving that Abigail storyline, and, you know, it's always nice to see Tyler Christopher on our television screens, but you know who I really hate? God, Jennifer Horton. I cannot stand her. Like, I would rather be locked in a room with Julie than Jennifer Horton. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. And she brings out the absolute worst in Eric. And by worst, I mean most sanctimonious. I liked it when they got into an argument and he was sticking up for his sister Sammy. First of all, that was fierce because that was very Brady and very Irish and very fierce. And second of all, it was fierce because someone stood up to her and said what we'd all been thinking. Like, he didn't even go in on her as I would have. If she had said that shit to me, I'd have been like, really? You want to talk about psycho siblings? Really? Do you really want to go there? Do you want to talk about Sammy and how she slept with married men? Okay, really? But did you ever have sex with a married man? I mean, like, I would have ripped her to shreds because she was being so hypocritical. I couldn't take it. I could not take it. I couldn't. Anyways, that's kind of what's been going on with Days of Our Lives. Thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag days to talk Days of Our Lives, or DOOL. And you can also hashtag YArts, Talk Young and the Restless, because I'm doing that next. And thank you so much for logging on today, and have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.